Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So, today, we're gonna be looking at the Enneacraft deck here. This deck is so busted. It's so broken. This deck is crazy. As soon as I read these cards and I saw that they're not once per turn, and you have like 4 searchers, and they can freely summon everything from the hand. I just knew this deck was gonna be absolutely broken. I think this deck is probably going to be like tier 1 or definitely a meta contender at least. As soon as people actually realize how to pilot this deck, because this deck is so stupid. You can play floodgates, you don't lose to anything, right? The only big danger is Droll and Lockbird and Perolia, but even then you can play around both. Except Perolia is a bit annoying to play around. You're gonna have to give them a lot of draws. But aside from these two cards, you lose to nothing. Nib doesn't do anything. Charmies don't do anything except for this one. I guess, DD Crow, Bestials, the K9 stuff, nothing actually matters. They can't do anything with these hand traps. Even if they play on turn 0, let them play, they're just gonna lose faster. You're gonna hand rip them, you're gonna loop them for 5, you're gonna floodgate them, you're gonna negate them, you're gonna just absolutely destroy them. So I'll just quickly summarize what all the cards do, because there's so many effects, and it's hard to talk about everything without it taking at least 30 minutes to explain everything and the interactions with each card. So I'll try to keep it simple here, and then I'll just explain why I'm playing the other cards with the deck, and what other cards you can play. I'll show you an FTK with this deck, which is so stupid, and you can easily do it. But before we get into that, let's just talk about the cards first. So you have 4 level 1s, okay? I'll try to keep it simple. 4 level 1s. You have the green one, the blue one, the yellow one, and the red one. All of these are searchers, so they have a pendulum effect and a monster effect. Their pendulum effect, this is for every single monster. They all have this effect where they place a counter if a monster is flipped face up. It can be your monster or the opponent's. And when this is in the pendulum, you pay 900 life points, reveal 3 Enneacraft cards, can be any cards, right? And then you add one to your hand. This is fine, this is guaranteed search, because you can reveal 3 of these, add it, 3 of these, add it, 3 of these. Right, it depends on how you build your deck. I have 2 of these because these don't matter too much in terms of searching, because you can just add them anyway later. Which brings me to the monster effect here. So they all have this effect, this gimmick where they can reveal this card and then special summon any monster from the hand. It doesn't have to be an Enneacraft monster, keep in mind. It doesn't have to be the monster you revealed. It can be any monster. So you reveal this green one, you summon the red one. The opponent is not gonna know you summoned this one. And then you reveal the green one again, summon this. Reveal this, summon this. You can trick them, reveal this, summon this, and then reveal this, summon this. It gets super confusing. They're not gonna know what's set, right, and what order you set it in. So that's gonna be super good, because they're not gonna know what to out, right? They don't even know what to play around. As opposed to someone who has an established field, there's a Baron negate, there's an Apollo negate. You know what to play around, right? This deck, you literally don't know what you're playing against. So yeah, that effect is broken, and it's not once per turn. So these are the danger cards. If you negate this with K9 Ripper, right? You can just activate it again and again and again and again. It doesn't matter. So they can never negate this, right? And then when your opponent activates a card or effect in the grave or banishment, quick effect, you can change this to face up, and then you can add a Enneacraft card. So all of these have this gimmick, but the conditions are different. So the green one, obviously, as you can see, when an opponent activates something in grave or banish, which is most likely going to trigger, triggers against Malice, triggers against grave decks, which are most decks. And then you add an Enneacraft card, and then on a new chain, you have a flip effect. Shuffle up to 3 cards from your opponent's grave or banishment into the deck. Now this is not as good as you may think, because it has to flip first and then shuffle back. Which means it's good for a normal game state where they're not chaining anything. So if they activate Tear Limits in the graveyard to fuse, you can't actually flip this face up and then shuffle back their fusion. Because they're gonna fuse and then you're gonna shuffle back. So you just need to be careful with this interaction, so you know when to use it properly, I guess. Because sometimes you can't even like use it properly. There's just no benefit of that. You can't use it against Malice, for example, because Malice is gonna summon from the banish. Then you can't do anything with that. I guess you can shuffle their grave though to prevent them from like linking or whatever. Yep, that's pretty much this card here. And then there's the blue one. So the blue one is actually slightly better here. Again, same pendulum effect, same summon effect. They all have these. And then you have when your opponent activates a card or effect that includes an effect to special summon. This is important because this is going to be good against K9. It's going to be good against lots of cards, right? So they activate K9, Izuna, to summon from hand. You chain this. This flips face up. You add any Enneacraft card. And then when Izuna activates, you can negate, or at least you think you can, right? No, because this is on Chainlink 1. This is a mandatory effect, right? It's not a trigger. So that's super annoying, because you're not going to be able to negate Izuna, but you can negate some other cards that don't like activate on summon, right? There's also like, they did give, like, nerf this effect quite a bit by, you know, making this on new chain. But it's also like useful in other ways, right? They also powered it up because it doesn't target. It can negate any monster the opponent controls without targeting. So let's say opponent goes Dracotail, the one that fuses from hand. You chain this, flip it face up, you add, opponent summons Dragoon. Now they're gonna get negated, right? They have to negate it. They can't chain any of their card effects that trigger, you know, with the Dracotail stuff. Because they have to click no to all of them, so they can negate this with Dragoon. Otherwise, Dragoon's just gonna get negated, right? So on turn 0, they can't even play or do anything against you. This forces their negate. So yeah, that's a pretty good card. And then you have this one. This is when the opponent tries to add a card from the deck to the hand. You flip this face up, and then you banish a card from their hand. This is their flip effect. Obviously, you add and then banish. You can hand loop for 5 if you play this card. You can do stupid stuff with this card. we'll talk about that later. Yeah, this card is can be good against like Vanquish Soul because they need the attributes and you're gonna banish them. And this synergizes very well with this card, right? Most of the time, if you wanna have both of these, so basically what you do is you activate this, banish a card from their hand, and then activate this later on. Shuffle back the banished monster so that they're not going to get it during the end phase, because this is a temporary banish until the end phase. So if you shuffle it back, it's like the Mermail stuff. They banish your card and then shuffle it back so you don't get it. This is the exact same thing. And you can hand loop for 5 using this and this, right? And then you have this card right here, the red one. So this says when your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand, so like any hand trap triggers this, any like Bestial triggers this, K9 stuff, and when it flips face up, it adds, and then the flip effect is destroy a monster non-targeting, any monster the opponent controls. So that's very good as well. Now we move on to the big guys. These guys have crazy secondary effect, but they're a bit harder to trigger. So they all have this pendulum effect. Obviously, place a counter. We talked about that, but instead of adding, these level 9s are have a battle phase effect, where if you have another pendulum scale, during the end of the battle phase, you can pop a monster the opponent controls that has less attack, right? Keep in mind, this does target, but you know, I've seen people say this is useless, and it's just completely not true. Like, people just don't know what the deck does yet. It's super new, right? Let's say opponent is playing Monarchs. They put up Vanity's Fiend. You can literally out this without even doing anything. You just you just need any of these, and this deck is the most consistent deck I've ever seen in my life. Let's say you have this, right? You place this in the pendulum scale, search for any of the level 9s, place it in the other pendulum scale, and then just go battle phase. End of battle phase, activate this from the pendulum because it's a spell, not a monster, right? So even if they have the other effect that says your opponent cannot activate monster effects, it's not going to matter at all, right? You can still activate these. They're spells. So you pop his monster, the Floodgate, And then main phase 2, you make all your plays, because this deck does not need the battle phase, right? You're not going to attack. They're all face down most of the time. And your alternate win con is burned with this field spell. We're going to talk about that in a second. So the pendulum effect is actually very powerful. And then, again, summon from hand. And then this one, you want to use on your turn. On your turn, this card is absolutely insane. Because, let's say if you're going second, this is made just for breaking boards, specifically. It says when your opponent activates a card or effect on the field, specifically, they can't, like, activate hand traps and you chain to that. You basically flip this face up. Instead of searching like the other guys, these guys have super powerful effects when they flip face up. This is gonna negate the activation of whatever they activated and destroy the card, right? It destroys as well, which is very good. And then on flipped face up, the secondary effect is change all monsters you can opponent controls to face down forever. They can't change their battle position. This is like a floodgate plus an omni negate plus a board breaker plus like you can literally do everything with this. It's just so powerful. You can, and by the way, not once per turn, so you can summon both of these. The opponent is not gonna know that you have this, right? Because you're gonna activate this, summon this, activate this or something, summon this. And then you can put these in the pendulum scales and start searching and playing the game. And if they activate anything in response, you just chain negate. I will show you a duel. Well, I go up against Vanquish Soul K9. I put up 3 of these, and I negate him 3 times. Absolutely destroy his entire board. And I just like burn for game on my turn. Doesn't even matter. Like you can kill him on the same turn, right? Then we have Albaz Leon, or Idab Leon, or whatever. This card is so powerful. It has an effect where when the opponent chains to your card or effect. Yeah. Wait, is it any card effect? Yeah, absolutely broken. It's just any card or effect. It doesn't even have to be an Enneacraft card, right? You can like Daruma Cannon, they chain, boom, activate Leon. Leon's gonna spin 3 cards on the field to the hand. It doesn't have to be the opponent's cards, it can be yours. And this is very relevant because if, let's say these are flipped face up, I activate this, I spin 2 of his cards, back to the hand. And then I spin my own card also back to the hand, so I can just summon it again and use it again. So that's just crazy. And then it has another effect which burns, I think. Yeah, every time the opponent adds a card to the hand, they're gonna take 900 damage. This is very good with the field spell because you're gonna burn them to death with that. Then we have Pixia. So Pixia's effect basically prevents the opponent from targeting anything. So if they target anything you control, it flips face up, negates the effect, not the activation. So they can't activate another one if it's like activate only once. And then it banishes a random card from the opponent's hand. So it's like a Dark Law, right? And then on top of that, it says your opponent cannot target cards in the field or grave with card effects. Look at the wording. This does not say your cards. It says any card in the field or grave, including their cards. They can't target their own. This is like, if you guys remember how Saint Azamina works, you know how stupid this card is and how annoying it is to out? It's like really, really hard to out, right? This is exactly what this card is. But on top of that, it gets a negate and a hand rip forever. Not like the yellow one right here. So that's super, super powerful here. And then you have the tail. I would say this one is probably the weakest one, but it's not weak at all. It's still very good. So when an opponent activates something to destroy a card on the field, could be anything, even their own cards. Like if they're playing dinos, they want to destroy their own baby or something. You flip this face up. Now all your Enneacraft monsters and spells cannot be destroyed for the rest of the turn by card effects, obviously. And then a secondary effect, it keeps burning the opponent every time a monster is sent to their grave. So you're gonna burn with this guy for 900, this guy for 900 every time every time anything is sent to the grave, and then the field spell is gonna destroy them. Field spell can do like up to, there's no limit, but you can pretty much easily put up 9k damage, by just playing the game. You don't even have to like worry about it. So actually, let's talk about the field spell now. So once per turn during the end phase, remove all counters. Like we said, all of these place counters when they're in the pendulum scales whenever any monster is flipped face up. So basically, because these are not once per turn, what you can do is activate this, activate all of these, and then Droma Cannon, clear your opponent's board, and flip all of these face down, and then you can reactivate them on the same turn, right? They're not once per turn. And this is going to give the Pendulum Scales more counters for this. And this is basically, during the end phase, it's going to inflict 900 damage to your opponent for each counter. Listen, guys, like, you can have up to like 20 counters. Like, I've had easily 20 counters on some games, and you inflict, 20 times 900. You guys do the math. That's just ridiculous. Like 18k or something. Yeah, it's just so stupid. And then there's another very good effect that this card has. Before we get to that one, there's also another effect which says when an Enneacraft, I think, card is just flipped face up, you can return one of it to the hand or put it in the pendulum zone. This is very good because, first of all, it can help you FTK with this. Second of all, let's say you have only one pendulum scale. You activate this, put it in the pendulum scale because you don't want it to get destroyed by battle. So there's no reason to keep it on the board, right? So just put it in the pendulum scale, and every time you flip anything face up, you get 2 counters. You get one on this and one on your other pendulum scale. So 2 counters per flip. And that's just gonna farm the counters for this guy to just kill them in the end phase, right? So even if you have nothing, right? If you have nothing, they put up crazy boards. This activates in the end phase, and you just win. And then the final effect is you can return any number of Enneacraft face-up cards back to the hand. So let's say we activate our pendulum scales, we search, we do everything. This gets flipped face-up because opponent activates something on our turn. We activate this, spin everything back to the hand, and then re-summon them. Instead of putting these in the pendulum scale, now we can summon them, so we get more value off their monster effects on the opponent's turn. And then this is going to be placing any Enneacraft monster directly from the deck. This plays around Droll, so it's good. You can play 3 of this. I think if people like main Droll a lot, you definitely want to play 3 of this. And then it has another effect where you can just like banish it from the grave and then add one face up Enneacraft monster from the extra deck. So if it got destroyed or something, you can just get follow-up from that. But you don't really need that because all of these, when they're flipping face up, as you can see, they're searching an Enneacraft card and then they're activating the flip effect. Right, so you're gonna at least get 2 searches most of the time. Vanity's Fiend, like I said, all of these are special summons from the hand. You can normal summon, sure, but you don't really use the normal summon at all. The only things you're normal summoning are these 3, right? This helps you break boards. If the opponent has a crazy board that you can't out, even with these. And then Vanity's Fiend is just FTK going first, right? They can't out this. Even if they do, like, you have some crazy stuff. If they try to like target this with Imperm or something, you just activate this, negate the effect, banish a card from their hand. They can't target anything anymore. They're just gonna scoop, right? So this with this is super powerful, and you can also pair it with this one. Then you have this is mandatory because we don't use any of our extra deck, but even if we did, we actually have like good stuff here. So if we're going up against Dogmatica, we pop the cards, add, negate, whatever, Typhon. This is 2 flip monsters. It summons a flip from the hand, I think. Yep. Is it hand or grave? It's just hand. But you're not gonna use your extra deck at all. But if you need to for like skill drain or something, you can go like Clifford, Genius, negate it. But again, you don't need these. D-Fisher, because we don't use the grave at all. There's nothing that uses the grave. You can play D-Shifter. And then the Roman Cannon is so powerful. And you can even play Purge. Purge does not turn off anything in the deck. You just have to be careful with Parolia. Because you want to use Parolia before you activate Purge. And you just use this in the draw phase anyway, right? Now let's talk a bit about the side deck. And I'll show you guys how this works. I actually had like I had a replay, I think, but I can't find it. Like I might have to like redo it, but I think it might take a bit. Before we talk about this one, we have these. These can basically search any flip monster, so it can search anything in your entire deck except for these. And the Prolia. And then the Shifter is good. Obviously, Swords of Revealing Light is going to flip everything face up. This is good with this. No, wait, not this. With like, if you summon these, right, and you want to FTK your opponent with the field spell, you can easily do it with the Swords of Revealing Light. You're going to place so many counters on your Pendulum Scales, and then this is going to burn per game on your turn 1, right? Okay, let's talk about this card. Let me add it and see if I can actually show you guys the combo here. If I can't, it's fine. Like, I'll just explain how it works anyway. Oh my god, okay. I think we can actually do it here. So this says all monsters are changed to attack position, right? And their battle position cannot be changed. Which means if you summon these, they're all summoned face down. And it does lock you, by the way, I forgot to mention that. When you summon these, it locks you into defense position monsters, as in like statting only, right? So when you set this, this activates. It does say flip effects are not activated, but they actually do activate. And then they trigger. So you can activate this, loop his entire hand, right? And just destroy him. So watch this, right? We activate this guy here as a pendulum scale. We're gonna search. So we want to search a field spell, because the field spell is gonna FTK the opponent. You can either go for this or the burn, right? Obviously, going for the field spell is better because it's better to just kill the opponent right away instead of instead of just hand looping the opponent. Because if you hand loop your opponent for 5, and then they draw something, and you don't have like a trap or something, you're kind of screwed because like all of these are going to be in attack position. Let's see here. Where is our boy? Yep, there he is. Let's see if we can get another one. And then we'll just get, I don't know, like this maybe. Sure, we'll go for Mar, even though we already have one. Okay, cool. So here's what we do, right? Activate any of them, doesn't matter. And then this summons any monster, like we said. So summon Prolia, right? And then we normal summon this. This can be a floodgate, can be anything, right? But we're going for the FTK here. So we activate this. Watch this, guys. Summon it. Gets flipped face up. Banishes a card from the hand. Activate this. So like we said, when something is flipped face up, this adds it back to the hand or places it in the pendulum scale. We can't place anything in the pendulum scale right now because they're full. And every time anything is flipped face up, each of these gets a counter. So we have 2 counters now. Boom. Now we have 4 counters, right? And we rip another card. And then we activate this, right? And then we summon this. Boom. Flip it. 6 counters. And then activate this, flip the, just spin these back to the hand, and then resummon them again. Boom. Summon this, hand loop. Yeah, guys, this is just so stupid. It's actually just ridiculous. And then you summon this again, flip it face up. Yep, and that's the game. So now you just go to the end phase. This activates. They can't stop this, right? And that's 9k. GG. Yeah, very fair, huh? So, yeah, that's basically the FTK combo there. Yeah, I feel like, you know, like within like the first at least month or 2 months, this is gonna get banned, by the way. 100% this is gonna get banned. This card right here is gonna get banned. They might even hit like one of the other cards. I'm not sure. Maybe like Vanity's Fiend or something. Anyways, let's hop into some replays. I have quite a few replays to show you guys. Leave the mirror match for later. How about we start with this one against this Dracotail loser. Okay, he double Pearl. Okay, double Pearlia. We don't summon from deck. We don't use the extra deck, so he went -2, right? And then we go for this, search a flip. Okay, so we activate this to summon. So the reason I did this is this plays around Imperm if you need it. Obviously, like, we don't need Imperm in this case, because Imperm doesn't work on anything here, right? Actually, I'd probably say, like, you would summon this and then normal summon this, right? That's probably the right play. Okay. And then we get the search here. We search another level 1. We summon it. So the one we summoned is Leon, right? Leon says if they chain anything, like a ogre or something, flip this face up, spin stuff back, and you're probably wondering, like, okay, well, the opponent doesn't have anything to spin. Why would you activate that? You can actually spin your own cards back. So he chains ogre to this, you spin this, you activate this, I mean, and then you spin this back so it doesn't get destroyed, and then you can reactivate them and resummon them. Okay, we go for this. We summon this. Now we have Destruction Protection. This is going to be spinning anything back in response. And then we have Targeting Protection. And then we have a Monster Negate. Yep. And then we search again. We put this here just in case opponent goes Battle Phase. We can pop him. And we basically have a fully established field. The only thing is like this right here. Could have been like another flip. Which is why I kind of cut it. It's not bad though. Okay. Issue with these cards is they have to be directly chaining. So here he chainlink blocked the Altharion, so it can target, and then this doesn't trigger. Like we said, this triggers on target, and it negates the effect, banishes a card from the hand, and then they can't target anything. So this would absolutely they would lose the duel if this triggered. So the chainlink order here was correct, and then he flipped. He gets lucky because he doesn't know what the cards are, right? He hit the right one. Because if he would have targeted here, he would have lost. Tries to destroy the field spell. I chained this. Now nothing can be destroyed, right? And now he's just panicking. He doesn't know what to do. And then end of battle phase, we just pop him. He just adds back. Sure, we don't care. And then we burn for 3600. This actually would have been, like, we gained 2 more counters, so this would have been a lot of damage if we had 2 more, right? If actually if this one had flipped and this one, that would have been 1800 times 2, just short of game. Okay, we get to search because you can do this every turn. Very fair and balanced card, and then we can just like activate this to spin everything back to the hand and activate it again and again and again. Here we summon the Leon again in case they chain anything like this. Okay, so this is gonna target. We flip this. Now he's screwed, right? Can't target anything, we negate this, and it's over. He can't actually target his own cards now. Altharion is dead. Can't do anything. He actually doesn't even have any more, I think. And, yep. If they activate anything, we activate this. This is gonna negate the activation, and then flip everything face down forever. And then this is gonna pop in the battle phase, and then we're gonna chain this to him, and then we gain counters, and then we're just going crazy. Shuffle these back. Yeah, like he can't win from here. This is one of the best decks, by the way. He swings into this. This flips him face down permanently, and then he scoops. He doesn't want to play anymore. Alright, let's see Vanquish Soul K9. Yeah, this is the duel I'm talking about. So we Pearlia. We actually destroy this guy. This is the best deck, by the way, huh? And on top of his full board, he actually has Nid. You'll see we don't actually draw into any board breakers, but the deck doesn't need board breakers. It is a board, like, it's built in inherently. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely insane. Like, this is just... I think this deck is gonna be, like, super popular soon. And then when people, like, know what the deck does, they're gonna just ask for this deck to get banned because they're gonna be super annoyed. Everyone's gonna be like running this with floodgates just to win. Because like, why wouldn't you if you can, right? Okay, so let's talk about what's gonna happen here. So he has this to pop everything. So that's 1 interruption plus summon Raisin, 2 interruptions. Raisin pops obviously. And then he has this 3 interruptions, 4 interruptions because it's gonna pop and then go into the wolf. And then 5 interruptions here, 6 interruptions because this summons Caesar, 7 interruptions, this goes into a level 5 Exceed with Lupus, And then he has protection, destruction protection on everything with this. And then he has nib, so like 8 interruptions, I think. Maybe even, yeah, he can even have 9, like he can like spin something back with this as well. So it's like 9 interruptions here, right? Could be even more, I think, with the Snow Devil. Yeah, actually, no. Yeah, it's like 9 interruptions. So we activate Mar first. So we have 3 Mars. Which means, you know, it's not once per turn, so we can have 3 negates on the board before we even play the game. Right? So we activate it from hand. Funnily enough, he actually chains here. Super funny interaction here. He chains Ripper. And we already said this is not once per turn, so we'll just activate it again like a danger. So he just wasted his negate for no reason. But like there's nothing else to negate, right? We don't activate anything in grave, and the only things we activate in hand are these effects, which we can activate every single, you know, every 2 seconds. Okay, I chain Perulia because I thought he would forget about Extravagance, saying you can't draw any card effects, so this does nothing. He actually falls for it. He activates Holly Sue to summon from deck, and then he chains Lupus. He just goes crazy. Summon Caesar. Now I know his entire board, and he negates, and then we just activate it again. Alright, he goes into Nash Knight. Again, Nash Knight also does nothing, because Nash Knight is on face-up cards. These are all face down. So what are you going to do about that? Nothing. So we activate this, summon another Mar. He doesn't know. He doesn't know we have 3 Mars, right? Because we're activating this to summon them. He chains this to pop. We chain this because he activated something on my turn. It doesn't have to be in response to anything, by the way. If he activates anything on your turn, in general, a card or effect, you can chain this, negate the activation. Just has to be on the field, so it can't be like nib, I think. So he chains this to suck this up. I actually chain another one to negate. He chains this to pop me and summon. We chain negate again. And then he's just going crazy. he doesn't know what to do. Okay, sure. So he clears the field. Note that because this was flipped face up, it negated and destroyed their cards, but it didn't flip anything face down because this is a secondary effect. So it activates on a new chain, and because these were destroyed, there is no new chain, so it's not going to flip anything face down, which is fine. Otherwise, this was going to destroy us, right? I knew he had the Vanquish Soul Snow Devil, so he had to activate. Then we summon this. This is a negate for you know, if he like exceeds into something. Actually, he already used Lupus, so he doesn't even have like anything else. This is basically for Raisin, because when Raisin summons, Raisin searches and then you activate this basically when he's trying to summon, and then the effect to negate is going to activate directly after he searches, so he's not going to be able to pop anything. Alright, well, nice Vanquish Soul board. Super funny interaction again coming up. So we activate this, spin this back, we reactivate this to summon, and then we activate this, put that in the back row, and then we search again, and then he nibs. Alright, guys, I promise you this does nothing against this deck, and like no hand traps can beat this except Perulia and maybe Droll. He thinks he can tribute our field, but this only tributes face up cards, and these are all face down. Like, what are you gonna tribute this? I actually don't want this on the field anyway, right? I want to clear some space so I can summon more. So he clears his own board here, but I do chain my Leon, because Leon is... I did activate this, and then he chained, right? So because he's chaining to my card, I can activate Leon, spin cards back. You don't want to spin his own cards. You want to spin yours, because you can re-summon them, right? And then this... Why send this to the grave if I can just add it back to the hand? And then re-summon Leon. Leon is not once per turn, just re-summon it. He cleared his own board. It's like me nibbing him, right? Alright, and then we get to search. He activates Izuno. We chain this, and then he's just going crazy. He doesn't know what to do, right? We just flip. Activates Holly Sue. This has 3 counters. This has 6 counters, boys. 6. Wow. Okay, we activate these. So this is going to, I think, negate. This is going to pop a monster. And then we activate this. It's going to give us a destruction protection. So Raisin is useless here. And then we activate this. He can't target during the end phase because we have so many counters. We just kill him. 80, sorry, not 80. 8,100 damage. Crazy, absolutely insane. Let's see this replay right here. So This is a replay where like he just has a lot of hand traps. And unfortunately, we have two Prolias. Usually, you can play through like all 5 hand traps. It doesn't even matter, right? So we search again. He has an Imperm which he thinks he can use, but he actually can't. So we summon. What's funny here is I activate this, summon Prolias. So he doesn't know that I have like 2 bluffs, right? So he can like swing over this, he can like target this to destroy it or something. Like he's not gonna know. We only have 3 monsters here. This only activates on our turn, so he's gonna have to swing over it. And then these are like mini interruptions. This one and that one. This one's gonna like spin something back, which we just spin the Ogre here. There's no like good spin against this deck. So yeah, we're basically out of interruptions, but he doesn't know that. And this is actually like a realistic thing that's gonna happen. You can like bluff with these cards because they think they can, we can activate, so they're gonna try to like play around. As you can see, like he tries to attack here. He banishes the field spell, sure, and then he attacks this. This flips everything face down permanently. Now that he can't change his battle position, so what's he gonna do? We activate this, we search again. We basically have game here. He has Imperm, but Imperm does nothing because now I summon this. This gives us targeting protection. And now we search. Yep. So the only reason I actually flip this is to gain more counters on this. This has 4 counters now. Then we go release. We go for this. Yep. Summon. Bro, like this deck is so stupid. And then we normal summon this just so I can flip him face down, face up, and gain more counters. Now we inflict 5,400. So now he's on a timer. He's gonna lose on this turn. So we activate. Okay, now he loses, right? This is 1800. He has to out the field spell. How? He goes Fenrir. He thinks he can out the field spell. So what happens is I activate this. This is gonna negate his Fenrir, right? So he's forced to Imperm. But if he activates in response, I actually don't have Leon, but he's targeting my card, so I can chain this. This negates the effect, banishes a card from his hand, and then it's going to make sure that he can't target anything. So he basically has no more plays. It's over. It's over. GG. We have 2 counters, 2 counters, 4 counters. Boom. He gets his Fenrir, so he can't banish my field spell, and now it's game over. This flips him face down permanently again. And then this inflicts lethal damage. It's actually so much damage. 5,400. Wow. Crazy. Now let's see this one against Mermail. Who's going first? I actually don't remember. Okay, it's me. So we draw 2. This is so powerful. You just get draw 2 for free. And this deck is already super. This is the most consistent deck I've ever seen in my life. Alright, so if there's one deck that can be quite annoying, it's Mermail. But against this deck, it does nothing. Mermail is like fine. Sure. Okay, we're just basically summoning our monsters from the hand here. Just step 5. We have 2 pendulum scales. So if we flip all 5, we basically win. This is the correct chainlink order. So he targets my field spell. And then he chainlink blocks it, so I can't activate my Pixia. That's the only correct way to do this. Otherwise, you would lose because you can't target your own cards. So you activate this, rip a card, we rip the Minstrel. I actually show you how you can hand loop him here. For 1. So we activate this, banish, and then this is gonna shuffle back into the deck. So we shuffle this back, so in the end phase, Minstrel is not coming back, right? So you can't like discard this with one of his cards or anything. So he's -1 now. Okay, he adds. We still have Leon. This unfortunately only activates on our turn. Should have been too powerful otherwise. So he targets. I chain Pixia because if he goes into the Exceed, which is, where is it? That one, this doesn't target. So I think this is my only chance here. And now he can't target with his own Animon, right? And he's like, shit, I can't do anything. I can't target anything. Like, what am I gonna do, right? And yeah, it's pretty much game over. And then we have this one against Monarchs. So Monarchs think that they can just floodgate us. which is hilarious, right? We actually have spear mode here. So we don't even need to go for the play that I was talking about earlier, where you can place this in the pen zone, and then you can search level 9, put this in the other pen zone, go battle phase, end of battle phase, pop his floodgate, and then you can play. You don't even have to do that. So basically, like if we didn't have the spear mode here, you would do exactly as I just said, and then you would normal summon this as a flip for the flip effect, activate this, spin back the pendulum scales, and then you can summon all of them. And then you can keep searching with the one you search with this. And you basically have full combo, right? Anything is full combo with this deck. So we draw 2 first. He has exactly 3 cards. Boom, tribute over him. Anyways, in case the opponent had like anything set, you summon Mar first after you tribute or pop him, and then you have an Omni Negate, right? On top of that. Opponent just scoops. That's a very common theme with this. And then you have a mirror match here. Opponent is going first. The mirror match is super interesting, I found. This is funny because I was playing and then I was thinking, you know, like, what do I do in the mirror match? How do I win? And I was like, you know, if a mirror comes up, I'll just have to like learn as I play. And the next game, literally the game after the game I was playing, was this one. It was a mirror match. So I was actually kind of excited for this because I wanted to see like what happens if everything flips face up. Is it like whoever goes first wins because of the field spell? They get so many counters they already have like established pendulum scales, or like how does that work? Because obviously he has a lot of, he can like activate this, yep, and now he rips the card from my hand. He gains 2 counters on this. Probably even like activate anything. Returns this to the hand, and then he rips this. Okay, so this is activating to negate. Sorry, destroy. So I did activate this. He thinks I'm summoning like one of these guys, but I actually just summoned Prolia. You can like change your mind and summon something else, and then he pops it. He basically popped Prolia. So this is bait. And then we activate this, summon Mar. He doesn't know we have Mar now, right? We have an Omni Negate on the board. So we activate release, put this, search. We already have the field spell. We search the Leon because Leon is what wins you the duel, is what I found. If you have Leon and Mar, these two are going to win you the duel in the mirror match. So it's very important that you're playing 3 off both of these. Especially if like this deck becomes super prevalent. These two are going to win you the duel, 100%. And I'll show you why right here. So we're just playing here, he's not flipping anything. So just so we know like what's going on, why he's not flipping anything. He actually has this. This says when, you know, I try to destroy something, it's gonna flip face up and then he can't be destroyed. This is for targeting. This deck, our deck does not target, so this is never gonna get flipped face up, pretty much, unless I like imperm or something. And then this is also again another one of these. You don't want 2 of these. This is why I'm only playing 1. You're better off even like playing like this, setting this instead of like 2 of these, if I'm being honest. Okay, so we have Leon. So in response, if he activates something in response to any card we activate, this is gonna flip face up and then return 3 cards he controls, and then it's gonna start burning every time a card is added. And then we have Mar. So if he activates anything on our turn, we negate the activation, destroy it, and then it flips everything face down. And then we have targeting protection. This is gonna be a monster pop, and then this is a monster negate, right? So watch this, and then we have the Ruma Cannon as well. So he activates the field spell. Obviously, this is mandatory. You have to activate this. So because he activated anything on our turn, we activate Mar. Mar negates the activation and pops it. But guess what? Because it pops it, this activates to protect the field spell. But because he activated something in response to my card, I activate Leon, and then Leon's what cooks him. By the way, let me just make it clear that I would have lost here 100% if I didn't have Leon, because this has 3 counters, this has 3 counters, so 6 times 9, I can't do the math, but I think that's pretty much lethal damage, right? And because these are flipping face up, these are getting more counters and more counters, so it's 100% going to be lethal if I don't out these or the field spell this turn, this end phase. Yep, they have so many counters. Look, they're getting like so many counters. But Leon here just stops. He has 10 counters, 9,000 damage here. Leon non-target spin. Now he doesn't get the burn. And then this flips him face down. Amazing, right? And then we okay. So I should have waited on the room mechanic for me to like use these effects first and then flip these. But I guess I just wanted these to be live. It's not this one. This is not going to be live, but this one, it's going to be good. So let's see what happens. He activates his pendulum skills again. He has so many monsters, he doesn't know what to do with all of these monsters. Now we activate this. We pop a monster. We chain link block it, so he can. Yeah. So field spell, our own field spell, activating to put this in the pen zone or add it to the hand is super powerful because it can chain link block. The second effect to prevent like a Baron negating it or like anything like that, right? And if they like try to Baron negate this, you flip up the destruction one, that one, and then they can't destroy it. It's like very good synergy, right? So he activates this. We activate this. This is gonna negate a monster. I actually only flip this so I can get more counters because we have 5 counters and 6 basically with this one. Basically, whoever has more counters during the end phase on either turn is gonna win the duel if you have the field spell. That's basically what it comes down to. So I activated this hoping that he would chain something, which he did. The Mar. I actually just knew that he had the Mar, because why wouldn't you summon an Omni Negate on your turn, right? No one gotta have 4 sets here. So he does chain to negate, and because he chained, we activate Leon. Leon spins back his pendulums, who have 8 counters. This is lethal damage, right? So because I spun him back, his counter is reset. I should have probably like spun back a monster, but it doesn't matter, I think. He flips me. Okay, so when this flips you face down, you can't change your battle position, but you can activate the effect to flip back face up, right? So it doesn't actually matter that much. You just can't like change it manually. So he activates his pens, but he has no counters on them. So like, how does he win here? He forces a flip here, and then he forces another flip, but I'm getting counters as well. 8 counters and 4 counters. Keep in mind, he flipped me face down. He flipped the Leon face down with the Mar, right? Just so I can show you that this actually does work. It says, as you can see, it cannot change its battle position. So he flips all of, just like spins everything back to the hand, and then resummons everything, which is fine. And then I think he tribute summons? No, he doesn't. Okay. So he tries to burn me per game here. Okay, this is amazing here because again, Mar triggers in response to the field spell, but guess what? Because you activate something in response, I'm gonna reactivate the Leon, which I told you this works, and then I'm gonna spin him back. But obviously he activates another negate. I didn't know he had 2. He destroys me. Negates the field spell, destroys it. Activate these to flip everything face down. And we just activate another field spell. You can actually search this with like these little guys, right? And that's usually what you want to be searching with like these level 1s and the mirror match. Just keep searching more field spells. And that's pretty much game. So yeah, this is basically the deck. The deck is absolutely broken. Let me know what you guys think about the deck. And what kind of busted ass cards you're gonna play with it. Yeah, it's pretty much the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.